High on education in Palm Beach County, the COVID slide, as they're calling it, causing many students to fall behind this school year. In fact, 1 in every 4 online learners are getting failing grades.
CBS 12's Danielle Wall joins us live in Riviera Beach to tell us how the district is trying to get them back on track. Danielle?
Yeah, Liz and Jim, they want to get those distance learners back in brick and mortar schools, and they say very soon they will be notifying the families of those failing students that their children's education is at risk.
Parents, really, we need you, if you're listening, to be informed and pay attention. Children are facing such consequences as failure to go on to the next grade.
It's the end of the semester, and report cards will soon show 25% of Palm Beach County's online learners are getting Fs. It's unacceptable for the district, which is now planning interventions. Officials have identified 22,000 students they'd like to transition from distance to brick and mortar schools next semester, 10,000 elementary age, 3,800 middle schoolers, and 8,000 high schoolers who have gotten more than 2 failing grades and have too many absences.
And for some students, that's not the best place for them to learn. We want those students back into brick and mortar so that they can do better.
In January, parents will have to log on to the student portal and select in-person or online learning for the rest of the school year. If your child is one of the at-risk distance learners, you'll see a special letter in that portal to select a return to brick and mortar or submit an acknowledgement that you know your student is struggling, but you want to keep them home anyway.
The more kids we have in the building, the more COVID, unfortunately.
Megan Bell doesn't think the district's solution is the best answer. She's a mom of 3 distance learners and a teacher who is currently on a leave of absence. She thinks so many online learners are failing because of simultaneous teaching, with instructors juggling in-person and online students at the same time.
I think that we need to make adjustments. Instead of sending 20,000 kids more into the building, what if we take a portion of teachers and pull them out of the classroom and have them just focus on these small groups of kids and only do distance learning? I bet we would see a lot of improvements that way without having to bring extra children into the building.
But school officials think they can keep buildings safe and students 6 feet apart. They argue COVID cases have been relatively low and transmission in classrooms rare.
The goal is to ensure that all students reach their full potential, and our district is taking every opportunity to ensure that students are being educated in as safe as an environment as possible.
Not only are there 22,000 distance learners who are failing right now, but the district says on top of that, they've identified more than 3,000 students who have never checked in this year at all. They're calling them whereabouts unknown students, and they say their social workers will be working overtime to try and find these students and get them back in school. Reporting live in Riviera Beach, Danielle Wall, CBS 12 News.